people of YouTube and the world, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining me. What it feels like to be plant-based. So, to add the backstory, to inform you of how I end up on the plant-based journey. Around about 2 years ago, I got up one morning. I'd been investing myself in meditation, self-realisation, reading a lot of books, a lot of inward looking. Bearing in mind there was no vegan program I watched, there was no kind of what is the health, all them kind of programs that people seem to watch. I never watched any of that. I never invested any time in that. I literally invested in time in inward looking and self-realisation. That's where my aim was. I woke up one morning, I went on my milk round all them years ago. I took a bite out my bacon sandwich and it didn't make me feel very good. For all you meat eaters, I hope you've realised this, but what I realised was it was a piece of bread with a dead produce in it. It was dead, it wasn't alive. If it was a human arm, it would be a human arm, but instead it was a chunk of pig. And it just didn't make me feel right nice. I felt like I was flapping a bit of dead body in a burger bun, and it didn't make me feel good. After eating it, digesting it, I didn't feel nice. That was 2 years ago. Moving months from that, I chose to stay away from meat because I didn't want to have that feeling again. Dairy products made me feel the same. I never really got my head around milk because I was brought up on cow's milk and stuff. I thought it was the norm. But thinking about it logically, what other animal goes to a completely different species to get its milk? If you really wanted cow's milk, you might as well go straight to the cow, and if you did that, you'd probably be arrested. So, you know, it's a bit obscure and to me a little bit insane to be going to another animal for cow's milk. Only babies go to the mothers for milk. That's all I'm saying. So we've got stuff like almond milk now. We've got stuff like coconut and stuff like that. That's all natural for me, not coming from an animal, because that animal is producing milk for its babies, not for another species. That's by the by. So, moving on, 2 years down the line, how do I feel about being plant-based? How does my body feel? How does my mind feel? I feel amazing. Food that I didn't even know really existed. I never even looked at it because it wasn't chicken or it wasn't beef or pork or that kind of meat. I wasn't looking at it. So now I've been buying loads of obscure stuff like yams, plantain, you know, different fruits that I never really touched upon. I never really grabbed or wanted to do anything with because of, you know, I was meat into veg kind of thing. So what I realised is if you want peace within yourself, this is self-looking, this is self-work. If you want peace within yourself, start with your plate. So karma-free food. You've got an energetical system in front of you when you sit in front of your plate. That is fueling your body. When you look at that food, that is the fuel in the system. And what I realised was meat and dairy products, for me personally, was like putting petrol into a diesel car. It wasn't working anymore. It wasn't fueling me anymore. It made me lethargic. It made me tired. It made me very, you know, stagnant and not movement. Now I've gotten buzzing. I'm compact with energy. I wake up in the morning ready to go. You know, I wake up eating blueberries, grapes and fruits, you know, oats. It's plants. It's plants all the way. Plants are king. What's beautiful about being plant-based? You can eat as much as you want of it. Fruits all the time, veg all the time. You can compact it in and the dish you have can fill you the same as what meat is, but you don't get that gut-wrenching feeling. And, you know, speaking to people around me who've had a veggie meal with me, or, you know, we've been sat around a restaurant and they've had a veggie meal, they'll say, oh, I feel full, but I'm not a nasty full. Or I feel full and I'm a nice full, you know, I'm full, my belly's full, but I'm not sat like that on the sofa wanting to go to sleep. So, being more plant-based, incorporate more veg into your diet. They're packed full of nutrients, packed full of goodness. The colours are amazing. Colourful plate, colourful inside, colourful mind. We don't realise the impact of what our food has on us. So I'm not trying to convince you to be vegan. I'm not trying to convince you to be veggie. I have family members who eat meat. I have you know, a close relation. My brother is a big meat eater. Yeah. He's an advocate for meat. I don't judge him. He can still tell me what he's had for his tea, and I'll say, oh, that sounds nice, that's good. I don't tell him what he should and shouldn't do because it's personal choice. All I'm saying is, for any meat eater or anybody who's watching this, incorporate a bit more veg and fruit into your diet and see how you feel. See how your body feels. So, anybody, and this is for people who are going vegan or thinking of vegan or vegetarianism, please try and do it for your own personal health and wealth. Do it for your own personal reasons. Try not to do it because it's cool or because people around you are doing it, or try and do it in stages. I feel like, me personally, I've experienced other people around me who's done it. They go from meat eater, eating cheese and all this different stuff, and then one day they'll watch a veganism program, and then the next day, this is it, right, that is it, I am never eating meat again, and that's it, everything's going in the bin, so no more meat. And they'll try this veg thing, and they're not quite used to the taste of vegetables. They've ate some kale and it's a bit dry, you know, eat a bit of pepper and stuff. Oh, it's not satisfying my needs, I'm still hungry, you know, a couple of months down the line, I'll just grab a sausage roll, and it's non-sustainable, and then they end up going back down the road of eating meat, which isn't a bad thing. But what I'm saying is, if you want to grow organically as a veg person, as a plant-based person, if you want to grow organically, do it organically. So, to do it organically, just incorporate more veg. Maybe with your meat, try to just minimise your little bit of meat and put more veg on the plate. Or just have a vegetarian meal for tea tonight, but tomorrow night eat whatever you were going to do. You know, it's easy done. But what we do is we make it this mandatory military thing where it's like, if I'm not doing it 100%, it's not working. So all I'm saying is, break it down. Do it step by step. If it's not for you, that's absolutely fine. You're free to choose whatever you want to do. But if you want to feel what it's like to be veggie, plant-based, all I'm saying to you is, it's amazing. You know, your body responds better. Fruit, vegetables, look at it, its colour, it's alive, it's there. Still alive in the fruit bowl. When you pick up a piece of meat, it's chopped up, it's butchered, it's dead. Also, it's karma-free food. There's not a lot of suffering that's involved with vegetables, really, is there? But conscious animals, they've had to be slaughtered, they've had to be transported, they've had to be crammed in vehicles, they've had stuff done to them before they end up on that plate. So when you eat that, you're eating that stress hormone, you're eating that anxious hormone. And to be honest with you, animals are so relatively close to us that within our digestive system, it's not the best digested. It doesn't digest very well. When you eat fruit and vegetables, nuts, plant-based milks and stuff, it digests so easy. It just goes through your system and it fuels your system. And you're talking to somebody who's been doing this for 2 years now, and it's been solid. And to be honest with you, when I go into supermarkets and shops and stuff where meat is, I don't see it as food anymore. It is an animal. It's been living, breathing and looking round. It's had children. It's had relatively a family, you know. It's probably got its family butchered up around it. Let's be realistic about what is on our plate, because I think a lot of people are in denial. And once we be realistic, we can realise what we're eating, we can realise what we're putting into our system, and if we feel like we want to, we can make a conscious change to feel better, to make the world better by killing less animals, and move forward from there. As I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. Peace to any veggies, peace to any meat eaters and anybody in between. Make sure you take it easy.